crying?
Oh my gosh, I saw the well, we didn't even see, but I saw the logo and I went, that's my name, Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out.
Yet, things became far more complicated when a timeless Disney classic collided with today's cultural debates. No one could have predicted the wave of criticism she'd face, especially after South Park turned Disney's live-action Snow White into the subject of parody. This left many wondering, was the episode exposing Hollywood's changing path, or was it simply an exaggerated joke? Not long ago, Rachel Zegler was virtually unknown, a teenager with dreams that seemed out of reach. But her rise was swift. She earned her breakthrough when Steven Spielberg cast her as Maria in West Side Story, one of the most anticipated films of the decade. From the start, her performance radiated authenticity, transforming the character with her own unique spirit. Spielberg himself was captivated, seeing not just an actress but a voice that could redefine the role. Out of more than 30,000 hopefuls, Rachel stood out, a high school student from Clifton, New Jersey, who suddenly seemed destined for Hollywood. In 2021, her career took another leap when Disney announced she would star as Snow White. This decision, however, instantly became a lightning rod for debate. The role had long been tied to the image of a fair-skinned princess, as white as snow, yet here was a Latina actress stepping into that iconic part. For some, it was a groundbreaking choice that represented progress in representation. For others, it was controversial, an example of Hollywood rewriting classics too aggressively. Online conversations quickly split between those applauding the bold move and those accusing Disney of forcing modern ideals into a story many considered untouchable. The changes didn't stop at casting. Disney revealed that this Snow White would not be a helpless princess waiting for rescue, but a figure of strength and independence. She would stand as a leader rather than someone dreaming of a prince. While some welcomed this fresh interpretation, others felt it destroyed the heart of the story. Longtime fans wondered why something beloved for generations had to be altered at all. Did the tale of Snow White truly need to be rewritten to connect with today's world? Predictably, South Park entered the conversation. Known for taking sharp jabs at cultural phenomena, the show mocked Disney's updated Snow White and highlighted what many see as Hollywood's obsession with progressive agendas. For Rachel, however, this parody wasn't just another satirical sketch, it felt personal. Already facing criticism over her casting and outspoken views, the South Park episode added fuel to the fire. The public reaction wasn't limited to the movie anymore. It extended to Rachel herself, placing her in the middle of a storm she hadn't signed up for. At just 22 years old, she suddenly found herself grappling with the crushing weight of fame. On social media, she admitted that the backlash was wearing her down. While some fans sympathized with her honesty, others mocked her vulnerability, questioning whether she had the resilience needed for Hollywood. After all, stardom comes with glamour, but also relentless scrutiny. Every tweet, every post, every comment was picked apart and spun into headlines. Rachel's emotional reaction made her more relatable to some, but left others convinced she wasn't ready for the spotlight. And yet, her willingness to be open about the toll on her mental health set her apart. In an industry where many hide their struggles, she chose transparency. Still, the debate raged on. Was her response a sign of strength or weakness? Did she mishandle the criticism, or was she unfairly targeted in the first place? The broader discussion here goes beyond Rachel. Disney's decision to reimagine Snow White highlights a cultural divide. Should classic tales evolve to reflect modern values, or should they remain untouched as relics of the past? Supporters argue that Hollywood has a duty to show diversity and progress. Critics claim the charm of beloved stories is being stripped away in the process. South Park, as usual, offered no mercy. To them, Disney's choices represented yet another example of the industry prioritizing political correctness over storytelling. But what began as satire sparked deeper questions. Where is the line between humor and bullying? When does parody stop being playful commentary and start feeling like a direct attack? For Rachel Zegler, that line seemed to blur. Already carrying the heavy burden of being the face of Disney's progressive new direction, she became the focal point of frustration on both sides. Her journey reveals how unforgiving the spotlight can be, especially when art, identity, and public opinion collide. Whether one views her as a trailblazer or a symbol of Hollywood's missteps, one truth remains. The conversation sparked by Rachel's Snow White is about more than just a movie. It's about how we choose to reimagine the stories we've grown up with, how far we're willing to push tradition, and the emotional cost for those caught at the center of it all.